Hello and welcome to Unexplained Possibilities Podcast. I'm your host, Melvin the Crimson Taurus, and oh boy, it has been a while. As you guys know, my life has been up, down, all around, and I went off the roller coaster. We still have some ways to go before I'm off. But anyway, that doesn't matter. We're doing a podcast tonight. And unfortunately, Niema can't be with us. She's doing her clothing thing, creating stuff from scratch and being Little Miss Creative. You guys know how that goes. However, I am happy to say that I am not alone, like usual. And I have a very, very special guest coming on. And this is her first podcast. So hopefully, this is one to remember in all the good ways. And like most of the people who join, she just so happens to be a spiritual madam who is of the witchy kind. Oh, yeah, that's right. I am talking about the one, the only, the very lovely Melissa the Witch. Hi, Melissa.
Hi. Hi.
Oh, you must be nervous.
Um, I shouldn't be.
Oh, well, okay, maybe you're not nervous. I'm just speaking out of my bum. But how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Oh, not bad. Just dreaming about some chicken and stuff, the usual. So that's the
Yeah.
Taurus in me.
Yeah.
But seriously, though, thank you for coming on and about to share some knowledge and information about yourself. I really appreciate it. And I know our viewers and listeners will appreciate it as well. So thank you for that.
Thank you for having me on.
All right. So we're going to jump right into it. And one of the things I want to know is what is a witch? No, like seriously, because so many people they say, yes, I'm a witch and this is a witch and so witchy. But what exactly is a witch? What makes someone a witch?
A witch is somebody that connects with nature,
Mhm.
um, has a love for people to help them, to heal them, to help them on their path, and that cares about animals and the entire planet.
Okay, so it's not what people initially think, which might be the Wizard of Oz, I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog too. Not that.
No,
And
no,
it goes beyond just casting spells or I'm gonna curse you and wearing black or something.
right.
Where do you think that
Yeah.
came from, by the way, the that stereotype?
That came to be years and years, like thousands of years ago, back in when Christianity came in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, no, don't worry. It's we say it like it is. So, the Abrahamic system, it rules by fear, and
Yeah.
and it's unfortunate because it caused a lot of things to be lost. Like I mention every now and then, like demons. Demons aren't the big bad that people try to make them out to be. They're gods and nature spirits and all that. But over time, they said, fine, I'll evolve into this role, but doesn't mean I'm the big bad or nothing. And
Yeah.
yeah, so what's your take on the whole demon thing?
Okay. So what I feel is that it's like what you said, kind of like they were never this bad thing, but people are going to put a name to them. And they're like, okay, well, if you're going to label me as that, I'm going to show up as that.
Yeah, I like to say that we project our energy onto them and they're just reflecting what we're projecting.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I think a good example is Belial. A lot of times people say Belial is scary and he's rough and tough and I'm like, okay, but what if you feel and project that Belial is I don't know, some little girl in a tutu or whatever. That's what you
Yeah.
truly believe. Why would he show up if you're going to work with him as something that you wouldn't believe? So if someone thinks he's big, scary, and evil, well, if he showed up as a little girl in a tutu, that wouldn't work for them. They'll be like, what
Yeah.
is this? Get out of here. Versus someone who does believe he's a little girl in a tutu. So I think, does that make any sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Good Lord. Um, so, how did you get on this witchy journey, we'll say?
I was born with it, but I was 5 when I started noticing things.
Ooh, okay. You got to
I
take us
was
there.
we lived in an old farmhouse, and I remember every time that I would walk up the stairs, I would be pushed back down.
Whoa.
And then at the very top of the stairs, there's a long hallway. And every time I was going up, I'd get closer to the top and I would get an uneasy feeling like something's up there.
Hmm.
That's when it started.
Yeah, what an introduction. I don't like that. That's not cool. So, did you ever figure out what it was?
No, because by the time that I left, I was like 10 years old when we moved.
Okay. Honestly, that might have been a relief, though.
Yeah, probably because not long after the house burnt down.
No way.
Yeah,
Wow. Okay. Wow. Well, hey, as long as you got out a-okay, but darn, that's scary.
yeah.
So did you only like feel it? Did you see it? Did you hear it?
Back back when I was 5 years old, I felt it.
Only felt it?
Yeah,
Okay. Probably for the best. I would, certain things you just don't want to see.
yeah.
Yeah, needs to see Michael Myers or some mess show up. Ooh, good Lord. Um, So so that opened that door for, and you were born like that, which is interesting because sometimes I ask, are people born this way or do they become this way over time? Like, is it something you can learn or you have to have the right genes?
Yeah. I think that everybody has the gifts, but
Mhm.
a lot of people choose not to pursue it because they're afraid to.
Mhm. And that fear, where do you think it comes from?
Conditioning,
Conditioning? Yeah.
conditioning from parents, society, people saying, that's bad, don't do that.
Mm.
That's satanic, that's evil.
Of course, the classics.
Yeah.
And how do you change that though?
You have to go on your own intuition, what you feel. That's the only thing that I can actually say to people is, you go on your intuition, don't go by the fear that has been put into your head. Go by what you feel in your heart.
Yeah, in other words, break away from the pack, which
Yes,
is one of the hardest things to do because
it is.
you don't want to be ostracized. You don't want to be on this island on your own. It
Yeah.
kind of sucks, but at the same time, you also want to be true to yourself. And if you feel something is different and you want to pursue something, you got to do it, or else you'll hate yourself.
Yep.
So okay, keep going. Let's continue on. Sorry for the interruption.
Okay.
So okay, you get out of that place when you're 10. You're turning into oh my gosh, I almost said something from someone that I disliked. I caught myself. But you're developing ESP, we'll say. And what happens now? What's going on?
Oh, there's different things that would happen. So as I got older in my teens, I got into watching the scary movies, the paranormal stuff.
Mhm.
And then I would have friends come over and we'd be talking about, you know, spirit stuff. And I'll actually tell you what happened one night in my room when I was a teenager. So me and my friend were sitting in my room and we were talking about ghosts. And my mom come to the door and she tried to open the door. She's like, "Open the door." And I'm like, "Mom, it's not locked." She goes, "It's locked." I said, "No, it's not." And as soon as I said, "No, it's not," it unlocked.
Okay. What the heck? Okay. Every house you lived in, is it haunted by chance?
Well, this one I live in now is extremely haunted.
Of course it is, because why wouldn't it be? But,
My closet's a portal.
oh God. Are there mirrors there?
I have one mirror in here, yes.
Well, you have fun with that. I am not going to visit you. So, no, but okay. So the door wasn't locked, but it was locked. As soon as you
Yes.
say unlocks, oh my gosh, how freaked were you?
I was pretty freaked, and so was my friend.
Yeah, your friend, are you still friends? I don't know after that.
uh, no, we grew up.
Yeah. No, what happened was she didn't want a ghost following her. That's what I said, nope, we're done. No, but that is absolutely scary. So after that, did you start investigating or you're just try not to think about it?
No, I wasn't. I was fascinated by it,
Hmm.
so it never scared me.
Ooh,
Now there has been a time that I've been held down on the bed,
mm, don't like that.
and no, because I was trying to move and I couldn't move, and I could feel whatever it was on top of my back pushing me down into the bed.
Mm, yeah,
Once
that's not cool. So I
once
hope.
I got up, I was like out of that room.
Okay, so yeah, that's insane. Now, I know this is impossible for you to answer, but why do you think spirits or whatever, why do you think they do what they do? Is it to show that they are here, or are they just jerks and want to freak us out?
I think there's some that enjoy freaking people out.
Mhm.
Um, do I think that there is certain things that can harm somebody? Yes, because I've seen it. So, but I think I was just having this conversation the other day. I think what it is okay. So you get a really negative, bad person that passes away. Okay, in the afterlife, they become worse than what they were in this life. So the person that I seen get scratched, I think it was his mother,
Hmm. Christ.
not an actual demon.
Mm. Yeah, from a few paranormal investigator friends, they told me that they've actually never encountered anything demonic. It's the human spirits. The ones who did drugs are the scary ones, they would tell me. So, would you agree with that to an extent?
Yes, I agree with that. I agree with like if they've committed a horrible crime in this life,
Mhm.
which we would call them a monster in this life, if they did horrible crime and in the afterlife it's worse.
Now, why is it worse though?
Uh I think that they just don't have um a conscience and they didn't have it in this life, so it's going to be even worse.
Yeah, and almost like they don't have anything to restrain them either, I guess. And
Yeah.
also, like I don't know how true this is, but I do think that beings can feed off of energy as well. And this kind of goes back to being scared, being scared half to death from certain things. Because I want to say they feed off of you, whether it's that negative emotion, positive, whatever. Energy is energy. And
Yeah.
it's just easier to get a rise out of someone than to be all loving, you know. So I'm wondering if that could contribute to some of them just being more nasty as well. Like, no, I'm gonna feed off of you. You're freaking buffet, and I'm having at
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. So spirit needs energy to be able to do things. So to be able to move things, to scratch people, to communicate through spirit boxes and stuff like that, they need energy. So they will feed off negative energy or positive. If it's a positive spirit, it'll feed off the positive, but they'll do it for a good reason, not a bad.
Yeah,
But the bad ones will make a lot of hate go on in a house, get fights going to feed off that.
yeah. And I've actually seen some of that. Um, uh, this was years ago now, but it was just, how can I explain? When you enter into a place and the feeling is off, like you
Yep,
can just tell. I don't know what it is. It almost feels heavy and kind of slow and just weird. And it's like, no,
yep,
this is off. And people are just on edge, and anything will set somebody off and all of that. It's just, and
yep,
yeah. And then as soon as you step out, it's like, whoa, what happened here?
yeah,
Okay, so it's just odd how that happens, but I mean, that's part of the mystery, part of the paranormal.
yep.
Okay.
And that's something else that I always try to ask spirit too, like, why do you do it?
You ever receive an answer?
Not yet.
No.
Not about that, no.
They're tight-lipped.
Yeah,
Like I also hear that it's just certain things, no matter what, you're just not going to receive an answer about, or if you get an answer, it's just going to be one to satisfy you, and it might not necessarily be the truth.
yeah, that's
It's,
right.
which kind of sucks. It's like, come on, man, be honest. There are aliens out there, right? Well, if you think there are, like, give me that. Just tell me. You
Yeah,
can go surf the cosmos. Um, okay, so after that door incident with scared the bejeebus out of you, your friend, your mom, well, let's continue on your journey here. Like, I want to
okay,
get to how you became Melissa the Witch.
okay. So another incident, my brother had gotten a mirror and he had given it to me. It was the long ones,
Hmm.
and I had it hanging on a coat hanger, like a rack,
Yeah.
but you couldn't move it. Like it was solid. And one day I walked by it and I turned around and I looked and I seen it moving towards where I was standing.
My gosh.
I was like, okay, this is weird. So a couple of my friends had come over and I told them to walk past the mirror, then turn around and see what they see. And they said the mirror was following them. I'm like, okay, I'm not crazy. I'm not the only one seeing it. So the mirror was haunted.
Way to go, brother.
Oh, it fell over and smashed, and yeah, so I don't have that one anymore.
um, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing,
Yeah,
because mirrors can be portals, and
yeah,
you don't necessarily want to put two mirrors together facing one another. That's usually a no-no. And
yeah,
screens in general, from what I understand, like computer screens or TV screens, like, don't do that. You're kind of opening things up.
yeah,
But yeah, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, because what if it was something in there and well, it was released, you know?
yeah. It could have been
So, yeah, what do you do in that situation? I mean, like, oh, well,
sage the heck out of your house and black salt, and yeah, call on the angels and spirit guides, and
I call in reinforcements, like, you guys can't handle this over here. But that's
yeah,
interesting, though, that it did it with your friends, sometimes those things are shy and they don't
Yeah.
do anything, and it makes you seem like you're a nut. But
Yeah.
but that's really interesting. And when you had your proof and your evidence, did you still keep the mirror out, or did you try to cover it up or hide it or anything?
No, I just left it where it was.
Mhm. So I guess you
I
didn't. Oh, I'm sorry. What? Go ahead.
No, it's okay. I love that mirror.
Oh,
So I didn't want to get rid of it.
yeah, I was gonna say, I guess you didn't feel any bad vibes from it or anything. So,
No.
it was just, I don't know, some, I was gonna say some pervy ghost in there just looking at you.
Yeah.
So I guess he got his show and decided to depart. I don't know. Um, but very interesting. Are you, out of curiosity, a collector of haunted items?
No.
No, the house is haunted enough, Melvin. Why would I want more of
Exactly.
this? I, hey, I have to ask, just curious. You know,
Yeah.
no, no, I would never collect haunted items either. It's just, you never know what you're going to get, who's there, why, and I don't need some crazy dreams at night.
I have that as it is. I don't need
Yeah,
haunted objects to help with that.
no, you don't. Just, oh my God, and they're so creepy too. Like the dolls are the ones where it's like, why? Dolls are already nasty, weird looking, and just,
Yeah.
um, my cousins, they might still have that thing. I don't know. It's been years, but do you remember the Tickle Me Elmos and all that? They
Yep.
had a Tickle Me Elmo, but that thing would go off on its own. Like no one's touching it, no one's in the room, and like, tickle me hands. What the heck?
That would freak me out.
Yeah, it's just like, what is this? Yeah, and I'm over here. First thing that jumps in my mind is Child's Play. Like great. Now
Yeah.
we're gonna hear, "I'm Chucky. Want to play?" It's like, oh
I
gosh,
have actually. I have a Chucky doll
no.
and its foot moved one night
Why?
because I like Chucky.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Hey, I'm with you, but I would never own that thing. It's creepy looking, and its foot moved.
Yeah.
You see, that was
Its foot.
something. That was something playing a game with you.
Yeah.
Oh my
Well, I've
gosh.
I've had my bed when I was sound asleep shake.
Mm, nope. Don't like that.
No. Well, I think it was my uncle anyway, but
Oh, saying hi.
yeah, he was a trickster. He liked pulling pranks on me.
Okay. All right. Well, that's different. But
Yeah.
still, though, there's a few sacred places in a home. The throne room, aka the bathroom. Just no, you can't do anything in there. And when you're trying to get to sleep,
Yeah.
just no.
Yeah.
Okay. So mirror breaks get you even more interested after it follows you and friends around. So are you now like looking into the witchcraft side of things, or just still learning about the more spiritual side of things, like the afterlife and whatnot?
That was around the same time as I started practicing witchcraft.
Okay. Do you,
Like actually full into witchcraft.
okay. Is there a particular witchcraft that you practice?
I'm just a solitary witch,
Okay.
so I I love Hecate.
Hmm.
She's one of my goddesses, and I love Lilith,
Oh, okay.
and I love Odin.
Ooh, Odin. All right.
Yeah. So
So,
there's a few.
yeah. Uh, I had a guest on Divination Witch, Sarah. She is a devotee of Hecate. So, It's nice to see
Yeah.
another one. I'll have to introduce you guys. Um,
Actually, we know each other.
oh, wow. Never mind then. Okay. Well, shoot, shut me up. um,
She's cool. I like her.
yeah. Oh, Sarah's awesome. Really sweet. And
Yeah.
I felt the energy of Lilith once or twice. And yeah, that was interesting. And I know it's different for everyone, but when I felt her, it was very, the only way I could put it is it was very hypnotic and snake like, where it was just something very smooth about it. And it's just like, whoa, I don't know. I
Yeah.
guess kind of like looking at a belly dancer, you just get hypnotized, like, ooh, you know. So
Yeah.
that was very interesting. Like, and another witch friend of mine, Bonnie, she works with Lilith from time to time. And
Hmm.
I just thought it was interesting. This is going back to that projection thing, how they can appear to us, how we think they should appear, whatever. So for me, I've always pictured Lilith as a petite redhead with a nice bum.
Yeah.
And Bonnie thought it was interesting because she always pictured Lilith as someone taller, dark haired, and all that. So, and
Yeah.
I swear I saw an image, or no, it wasn't me, excuse me. Bonnie saw an image of Lilith in her head, and she was like, huh, that's so weird. For some reason, she's a redhead. And it's like, I've always pictured her dark hair. So that image was for me, not necessarily her. And I never
Yeah.
forget that. It's just like, huh, how
Yeah.
interesting. So
Yeah.
how did you end up working with Lilith and Hecate and Odin? Like how did that happen?
Hecate came to me right after my mom died.
Okay.
She she came to me in a dream, but she didn't come to me as Hecate. She came to me as Diana.
Oh, okay.
But I knew it was Hecate. But I think the reason why that she came to me as Diana, because Diana looks like a kinder,
Hmm.
and Hecate, she's the goddess of witchcraft and crossroads and all that stuff. So I think she was afraid of freaking me out if she came to me as Hecate.
Yeah. I mean, that three-headed goddess would freak any normal person out. So it's understandable. But that's interesting that she came to you because she is a mother goddess as well. She's
Yeah.
very motherly.
Yeah.
So, and you probably needed that energy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was having a struggle with my mom's passing, and she come to me in my dream.
And like, what, she just said, "Here I am, embrace me," or what happened there?
She okay, so I don't think anybody's ever experienced anything like this of how she appeared. So I seen this massive blue jay. Okay, so yeah, she had ended up carving a ring for me for mom. And I don't know what it said, but she carved it inside. It was like you could see it and then it just disappeared, the writing.
Yeah.
And so once I woke up, I was like, I need to find a ring like this. And I haven't been able to find one.
Mm. And it had the writing inside.
It had right that she wrote something inside in memory of my mom.
Wow. Do you know the color of the ring?
It was a bluish color.
I had a feeling you were gonna say blue. Okay. Hmm. You know, you might have to look into one of those, just um, like one of those boutiques where they just do custom random jewelry, and
Yeah.
and I bet you it's gonna be some type of turquoise ring, and you'll see it like. What? Just look into that. Oh gosh, I hope you find that.
I do too.
I mean, and it kind of reminds me of Lord of the Rings a little bit, where like when they have the writing inside. Not saying that's what that is, you know, one ring to rule them all. You know, we don't need that. Uh,
Yeah,
but that's really cool and interesting, and I hope you're able to find that.
I hope so too.
And what about Lilith? I'm always curious with Lilith how she shows up.
Okay, so Lilith, I'm gonna be completely honest. I have a friend that lives in the States. She is a witch, and I had been talking to her about me, things that I feel and stuff, and she told me that I am actually Lilith's daughter.
Oh, a daughter of Lilith.
Yeah.
Now, how does that work?
My eyes go red when I get mad.
Okay, remind me not to make you
So
mad.
no, well, it happens even when I'm not mad. So it just happens. But yeah. So when I get angry, I can feel her energy, and that's when I know she's around me.
Okay, and ooh, um, with Lilith, like how are you a daughter of Lilith? How does that work?
Okay, so you know how I'm gonna go back to the Christian thing. Um, Apparently, way back when Lilith wouldn't come back to Adam,
Mm-hmm.
God had said, "You, if you don't come back, I'm going to kill 100 of your children every day."
Holy Christ! Wow.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
that's she had a lot.
Yeah, like, oh, you're gonna kill 100? Well, I'll have 1,000. You know, can't get them all.
Yeah,
So that's very interesting. A daughter of Lilith, because I don't know if you're familiar with her, but her name is Anima Nora, and she said that she was a daughter of Lilith, and one of my one of my viewers, she goes by daughter of Lilith,
oh,
and
nice.
so I that's very interesting. Yeah, but Lilith is a very she's a very interesting deity because of the biblical tie-ins and a lot of things wrongly and falsely associated with her, you know, like trying to say like, oh yeah, she's the mother of succubus and all that mess, or she's a sex demon or something. It's like,
Yeah,
no, I don't think she is. She's pretty like not that. Like I do know that she can be considered a feminist, and I'm not talking about like the feminazis. I'm actually talking about the
yeah,
real feminists who care about equality and all that. Not I hate you because you're a man. I'm gonna cut off your wiener. Like not that,
yeah,
but actually try to bring out the strength in women, and it's like respect yourself more and see yourself in a better light and all of
yeah,
that. And a lot of times Nema gets mixed up with Lilith. Nema was the one who was, you know, she was a little freaky, we'll say.
yeah,
And, you know, so I think a lot of things associated with Nema unfortunately gets attributed to Lilith, and Lilith isn't like that. I mean, I do think, I believe that she can be a seductress if she wants to be.
yeah,
There is that divine femininity with her and all that, but also, you know, she is like what you can do, I can do. I'm not trying to put anyone down. I'm trying to raise you up and help you see yourself in a better light and respect yourself more. So,
yeah. That's
so
exactly her energy.
yeah.
Yeah,
And Odin, gotta know about Odin. Well, the Norse pantheon is just so interesting to me. And again, my friend Bonnie, witch friend, she had dealings with Loki, but uh, in a different way. She was doing something. He shows up, and she's very, very stubborn. And
Hmm.
I don't know. She was saying that he was holding her down where she couldn't move, not to hurt her or nothing, just to prove a point. And she's
Yeah.
just so stubborn. It's like, no, no, I'm gonna do this. And he took interest in that because it's like, huh, you're an interesting one. So Odin, how does that work?
Odin. Okay, so I've always been attracted to the Norse pagan.
Mhm.
And then I did my ancestry and I am Norse. I have Norse in me.
Okay.
Um, and when I researched Odin, I was like, oh yeah, he's one I want to bring in.
You connected.
Yes.
That is really cool. So what have you done with him? Like what has he taught you?
He's taught me that it's okay to be chaotic at times because he is the god of chaos.
Hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Um, and he's teaching me that, it's okay to be that way. You don't always have to be perfect. Things are gonna happen. That's chaos.
Yeah, and order comes from chaos. I mean, you can't have one without the other.
That's right.
Hence chaos magic. I mean, even though
Yeah.
it's chaos in the name, it's actually an order to it, and so weird. Like that's such a contradicting thing, but it works.
Yeah.
So I again years ago did something with the Norse goddess Freya,
Love her
and
too.
yeah, and this happened in April, and boy, it what I asked for, it came. I just wasn't specific enough on one little thing, but oh well, that's not her fault. That was my fault. But her energy was it was something. It
Yeah.
was something. It wasn't like I thought it was going to be because, sometimes when you think Norse, you think of warriors. They were all tough, and Freya's a war goddess as well as love and the beauty and all that. But
Yeah.
she came through very soft and kind, um, versus someone who worked with Odin before that I know, and he was rough on him because it's like, man, you're a guy, be tougher than this, like he was just like, come on, toughen
Yeah.
up, darn it, what's wrong with you? So very,
Yeah.
very interesting there, and
Yeah.
oof, yeah, I don't think he wanted to work with Odin again after that. So, but I mean, you also have to be mentally prepared for certain things. I mean, it helps actually researching the mythology and all that, but you have to mentally prepare yourself, which brings us to my next question. How do you mentally prepare yourself if you're going to do a ritual or blessing or whatever it is that you do?
I call in protection first and I ground myself. That's really important to ground yourself.
What is grounding for those who don't know?
Grounding. Um, Grounding is something that keeps you grounded, like here, so that you don't, how can I word it? It's hard to even explain, but it keeps you grounded to the point where it's like protection too.
Yeah, you don't float off into space. It's like you're
Exactly.
anchored.
I was gonna say that, like I was thinking that, but I didn't want to come out and say something like
Oh, don't
that.
worry. Leave it to me, you
But
know. Yeah, well, yeah, with grounding, I always say it's partially the logical side of you
yeah,
and the practical. And it's like, okay, let's not get too carried away here. Let's know where we are at all times and remember that, and
yeah,
then open that door.
yeah.
Because this is something I do whenever I'm pulling tarot cards or whatever. I'm always like my feet are always on the ground, like, and I'm always barefoot when I do it.
Yeah,
We all have our thing. It's weird, but that's just one of my ways I keep grounded, so I don't get too caught up in things
yeah,
because it's just so easy to just literally get your head in the clouds and float away and lose yourself.
yeah.
Okay, but anyway,
That's true.
you were saying that, yeah, you ground yourself, you ask for protections, and what else do you do?
I
Now you don't have to say everything though. Don't worry, because some, unfortunately there are some people who like to know certain things so they can attack you. So you don't have to say everything, just little teeny stuff.
okay, okay. So I just usually put on ambience music
Mhm.
to help me relax and meditate.
Oh, meditate. Okay.
Focus on what I'm wanting to bring in.
Okay. So, do you have any advice you can give when it comes to meditation? Because it's for quite a few people, it's difficult.
It is difficult. It sometimes is still difficult for me because of the noises, right? The distractions of, vehicles or people in the house or,
Or even your
thoughts
own
going
mind.
on.
Yeah. Too
Yeah.
many thoughts.
So, um, learn to tell yourself just don't think about anything. Don't think about anything. And I know it's like takes time to learn how to do it.
Mhm.
Um, I still do it. So, but yeah, just practice at it. Learn to zone everything out that's around you.
Yeah.
So basically, shut your ears off to the noises.
And I would add to that, don't try to go for 20, 30, 40, 50 minutes when you're just starting. Like maybe try for 2 minutes. That's a
Yeah.
victory right there. Like, oh my gosh, I was in the zone. I felt something or I felt nothing for, you know,
Yeah.
like, and just slowly build off of that because it's like training a muscle. You're not going to lift 100 pounds day one. You got to work your
Yeah.
way up.
Yeah.
So that's just something I would add. And I think that's where a lot of people crash and burn. They look at TV or go to YouTube even and listen to all these people say, "Yes, I meditate for 50 minutes every day and hum hum." It's like, well,
Hmm.
that doesn't help me.
Yeah.
So I would say just start off with a couple of minutes and don't beat yourself up if you can only do 30 seconds. That's a positive. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. It's just a training, almost like training a muscle.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and I want to say, I could be wrong, but I want to say I saw something where on your channel, and you guys need to check out and subscribe to Melissa's YouTube channel, Melissa the Witch, in the description. So go subscribe. But anyway, I want to say I saw something where you mentioned astral projection. It might have been in the comment, it could have been on a video. I can't remember exactly, but you can astral project.
I do it without even realizing.
Oh, that's the scary one. Okay. Oh no. What
So,
what is astral projection?
so people can do it through meditation.
Oh, okay.
Um, with me, I was doing it and not even realizing I was doing it while I'm awake. So people, I could be sitting having a conversation with somebody about something that's happened to them years ago. I end up traveling there and seeing it as they're telling me.
Oh, okay. Wow. That's a very specific type of astral projection. I can't think of the terminology for it, but I was reading about this not too long ago, and that's pretty wild because you can almost pretty much go into a past life, and you can't interfere, you can't change nothing, but
Right.
oh my gosh, it's on the tip of my tongue on what it is. Like it's almost like a type of remote viewing, and
Yeah.
uh but that's insane. You can do that.
Yeah.
What's the place that you've gone to where you're like, okay, how did I get here and can I leave, please?
So I don't specifically try to go somewhere.
Hmm.
I just do it when I can do it when I'm reading. I can do it when, like I said, when I'm talking to somebody. It just happens. So I don't try to do it. I just I just
Just
go there.
one of those things, involuntary.
Yeah. Yep.
Have you tried to do it voluntarily?
I have, and when I try, it's hard.
Yeah, of course, because it's like I want to do this on command now. Let me, come on. You're too
Yeah.
grounded, apparently. No, but that's actually where grounding comes in handy because you do want to remain anchored because astral projection, remote viewing, and all that. I mean, you're having an out of body experience, and who the heck knows where you're going or ending up, and not every place is a good place. You don't want to always go somewhere.
Yeah.
So that's just very interesting. Ooh, goosebumps. Ah.
Yeah.
Now, do you remember when it first happened?
Again, it's happened my whole life,
Oh my gosh.
and I didn't realize what I was doing at the time.
You might have to write a book about this.
I thought about it.
No, you should. It would be interesting. And, I think it would help other folks as well, because I'm pretty sure it's tons of people that it happens to and they just don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, you wouldn't happen to know a little bit about dream interpretation, would you?
I was asked that actually not the other or just the other day. Um, the only thing I can say about dream interpretation is look at the symbols in your dreams.
Okay. Well, that's the problem with this one. Like, this isn't for me. This is a friend of mine in Germany, and she might actually be listening to this. So, hello. Um, but she has reoccurring dreams where,
I just remembered something after
oh,
you said reoccurring dreams.
oh, well, go ahead and share.
Okay, so before years before my mom passed away, I would have dreams of building a house in between or in behind her house. So every night I would go to sleep and dream about building this house right up until it was fully built. And then I was going to move in and I walk in and it's a hospital.
Hmm.
Now, right after that, my mom would end up in the hospital.
Oh,
So if it's to me, if it's a reoccurring dream like that, something's going to happen.
oh gosh. Well, this is going to take a very dark turn. For her reoccurring dream is she's unable to open her eyes. Like, for whatever reason, she's doing whatever in her dream, could be driving, walking, and she closes her eyes and she can't open them no matter
Hmm.
what. They're just closed. And from a psychological point of view, I don't know, someone might say, like, well, you have traumas that you've not dealt with, or you're avoiding life, and, you're trying not to see something. But
Yeah.
from a spiritual perspective, could be something else. And I'm not entirely sure what it could be.
Yeah.
So,
It could be maybe her abilities telling her to get her eyes checked, um, just maybe to be careful or to pay attention to things.
yeah,
So it could be any of that.
yeah, it's tough to say, but it's scary. You don't want your
It
eyes
is.
closed. Like, what the
Yeah.
heck? Yeah, but she was telling me like it's reoccurring. So hopefully, she'll be able to figure that out and get it to go away.
Yeah.
Now,
Hopefully.
Going back to the astral projection for a moment, because it's a lot of claims out there of people astral projecting, going to various realms or this or not. Do you think that's possible? Like, or is it in our heads? Like, we're just in such a deep sleep, we're able to create this fantasy or whatnot?
Um, I think that it's hard to, like, when you try to astral travel, I think it's hard to. So if there's, to me, if someone is saying, oh, I astral travel constantly, purposely,
Hmm.
I have a hard time believing that.
Yeah. No, I get it
Yeah.
because the imagination is very strong. The human mind is very strong. And I don't want to take away people's experiences or whatnot. It's their experience. They're living it somehow. But,
Yeah.
reality tells a different story as well. And, sometimes it's I want to believe versus I actually believe versus I'm just a nutcase. Uh, so and I wonder about that if people are actually traveling to these fantastical places or if it's just in their head sometimes and it's an escape from reality because we all need an escape.
I believe that you can astral travel. I don't believe it happens constantly like
Yeah.
people say.
Hmm.
Um, but I do believe that it does happen.
Yeah. Huh. Well, you would know before anyone else because, yeah, it's not something I would want to experience. And
Really?
no, it's not for me. I tell everyone, like, I don't experience it. I talk about it. I don't need to experience it.
Yeah.
Unless you're going to take me to some land of the babes or some mess, then all right, well, maybe. But part of the reason why I bring this up is because on YouTube, there are a lot of people who talk about their experiences on the astral. One person in particular who we don't mention, but
Yeah.
and unfortunately, it's a lot of fakes and liars and just people out there trying to get views or whatnot. Like, how do you spot that? Like, what can you tell to the average person who doesn't know any better what to watch out for, how to know this person isn't real? What are some giveaways?
Okay. Um, so I'm going to tell the difference, how you can tell a real empath psychic from a fake one. So the difference is they real ones, I actually just did a video on this. Real ones do not bash people, right?
Hmm.
And they don't hurt people, they want to help. So if you have somebody that's bashing somebody else, they're yeah, they're not real.
Yeah, you're not gonna break someone down for no real reason. I mean, you might
Yeah,
not agree with them because there's tons of people I don't agree with, but
yeah,
I'm not going to go out of my way and just make them feel like dirt.
yeah,
So I think a lot of that comes from jealousy.
yeah. I
And
believe that.
yeah, I think a lot of it comes from jealousy and even a little bit of entitlement. But okay, and
Ego.
yeah. Well, that's the thing. How do you get rid of the ego? Like I know like in the occult space, oh my gosh, so many people, their egos are huge. And it's like, how do you get rid of that?
Well, you just gotta ground yourself, right?
Hmm.
Keep yourself grounded mentally so that your ego doesn't go, wild.
Yeah, you don't need to inflate that son of a monkey's uncle.
Yeah.
And I would also add on just sometimes if the story is too fantastical, then it's probably not real, Like I very
Yeah.
much doubt two people understand this right away, but I very much doubt you're going to be fighting with angels on the astro and doing a Kamehameha wave to a demon or something.
That's right.
So just throwing that out there. I don't think that's happening.
Yeah, no.
Would be cool though, I guess. Like, oh yeah, come on, boys, let's go get them. Um, yeah. So, and you mentioned angels earlier. So you're a believer in angels. Have you ever like seen them or done? I almost
Yeah.
said done business with them. Like what the heck?
Yes, I have encountered angels. I have encountered Archangel Michael.
Okay. I had another guest who worked with him and that energy, and she spoke very highly of it and said it's it's powerful in the sense of not there to hurt you, but I'm here to guide you.
Yeah,
And, opening something up to you and just like that breath of fresh air. It's like, oh my gosh, I think she even cried. Um,
yeah.
okay, so how did that come about? Like, and like, what is an angel? Like, what is this?
Okay, so my encounter with Michael was when my mom got sick. Um, I was calling upon three of them: Archangel Michael, Raphael, and Gabriel. Um, I had seen, I would went outside and I looked up in the sky and I seen the actual outline and light of an angel. And then I was sitting on the couch and I was doing my cards, and Archangel Michael showed himself in my third eye.
Oh, uh, I don't know if it's possible. Can you give a description?
Of what he looked like
Yeah, like how did he appear to you?
in my third eye. He appeared to me with he had like a goldenish colored hair,
Hmm.
um, shoulder length. Now I only seen him from here up.
Yeah.
That's all I seen. He smiled. He didn't say anything, but I think he was just letting me know that, hey, I am here and I hear you. I hear your call.
Okay. Now, this leads to something that I know you don't have the answer to, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Why is it? And I have my own theory for this, which I'll say later. But why is it that it seems like angels only come to a select few when it's so many people who have a belief, who calls out to them, asks for help, and it seems like it's they're not heard.
I think the big problem is when people ask for the help, I don't think they really believe, because you have to believe in something in order for it to be true.
Yeah. Yeah, it's that's actually in a weird way that's a defense mechanism too. Like you don't believe in it,
Yeah.
it can't hurt you or harm you,
Yeah. Yeah.
Um so but yeah, no, that makes sense to me because you have to be devoted. You have to actually have devotion. When I say that, it doesn't necessarily mean believe in angels in the Christianity or the Catholic way. It doesn't necessarily
Yeah.
mean like do the rosary 50 times or whatever. I'm not Catholic. I don't know what they do. But
Yeah.
having that belief, I think it goes a long way because there is a power there. And like even if angels don't actually exist, but it's all the people who believe creating this being, it goes a long way. It could be an egregore, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um
They just
I
give it the name Michael.
Yeah, no, I mean it's possible. It's totally
Yeah.
possible. And it's power in a group belief. It's something there. Uh,
Yeah.
so for me, like I am a believer in angels. At first, I did not believe in them at all,
Yeah.
but I changed my tune a few years back. Uh, but I see them slightly differently. Like I don't see them how they have them in the Bible. I don't believe they're here to serve man or anything like that. I think they're their own individuals. I think
Yeah.
they make their choices and do whatever the heck they want when they feel like it. And some are connected to this world and
Yeah.
they may help out from time to time if you hear them and all of that. But I think ultimately what comes to us, I think it's what the human mind created, an egregore of sorts, and it's just so powerful because of all the belief, and that's what serves us, that's what helps us, not necessarily the angels, but
Yeah.
that's not to say that they don't help from time to time, but I do think it's something we created that helps us. Again, I don't know
Yeah.
if that makes any sense
It
whatsoever,
does. It does.
so it's just one of those weird things because unfortunately we will never know until we fork over,
Yep.
and even then, good lord, who knows, like what is on the other side, like that's something
Yeah.
I'm curious about, like what's on the other side, what Melissa, what's on the other side?
It's funny because I was asked one time, when you think of heaven, what do you see? And I automatically went there.
Oh, well, oh shoot.
So now that is again a Christian thought, like
Mhm.
heaven,
Yeah.
right? Now I do believe that there is a realm that we go to.
Hmm.
Um, and what I seen was beautiful colors. The grass was greener than you'd ever see here. There was deer and coyotes and wolves and bears, and they were all getting along, and they were getting along with people, and it was very peaceful. That's what I seen when I astral traveled.
Wow, it sounds. No, I'm trying to imagine it because one of my things is I think it's different for everyone. I don't think there's just one quote unquote heaven. I
Yeah.
think it's what we want it to be, what we create, and
Yep.
that's why I don't necessarily think there's like some underworld where people are getting tortured. And so I think they create that themselves. Like they know they did wrong and they feel guilty, and you punish
Yep.
yourself. Oh, hello, kitty.
Yeah. She's been crying. She wants out.
Oh no. Well, don't worry, we're almost done. So we're almost done. but yeah, I think we create it. I think it's what we put into it, and if it's amazing, awesome. I guess you were happy with your life, or you're a decent person. If it
Yeah.
isn't, what were you a jerk? What did you do? Where
Yeah.
you're punishing yourself. I could pause so you could let her out and do her thing if
Oh,
you
no,
want.
no.
Okay.
Oh, no, no.
Um. So I just often wonder about that, and
Hmm.
and now here comes the crazy. I got to throw in the Melvin crazy. Are aliens there? Like, okay, before we actually get there, are are you a believer in extraterrestrial life?
I do believe, yes.
Okay, have you ever met one?
Met one, no.
Okay.
But I have seen something that looks like a flying saucer go down by the window.
Ooh. See, why does it have to be near you? Like, gosh, that's what it's like. No, I don't want it near me. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm a believer. Yeah, duh. But yeah, so I wonder, like, where did the aliens go? And then, you could get on this journey of, well, okay,
Very human.
we're we're looking at it like they're all in this 3D physical realm that we're in, and it's like, well, some are spiritual and they're in another realm or whatnot, dimension, whatever you want to call them. And then
Yeah.
you have some who are to the left, and it gets very weird.
Yeah.
So, now I know a lot of witches and psychics, they're actually afraid of the extraterrestrials. Are you afraid of them, or you just don't care?
No, I'm not afraid of them.
No, you're just like, whatever. If you come, you come. So, do you think it's only like one particular type, or do you think it's many that have visited the planet?
I think it's many.
Like, you see, I want your psychic to kick in so you could tell us, but it's not kicking in. I want to know. That's
I've never tried to connect with them.
honestly, it's probably for the best. No, like
Well,
seriously.
there's good and evil in that too, like with the aliens. I mean, there's some that's here to keep us safe. There's some that's here to destroy us. It's good and evil, just like in the human race. It's good and evil. It's you know,
Yeah, just I guess that's just life.
yeah,
Like there's a jerk in everything, even in the cat world. I knew a
yeah.
couple. Um, so, but it is interesting to think about. And before we wrap up, this is something I always like asking. But for people who are just getting into this, who might just not know what to do, can you suggest a little beginner spell or witchy work that can just help them out, like maybe open up a little bit, or what really everyone wants, a little money spell or something?
So the best thing I can suggest is um make your own spells.
Oh, okay.
It's more powerful if you create it yourself.
So you're putting in your own intentions and not necessarily following a recipe, like for instance, like uh, you could for a money spell, this is just me coming out of thin air here, but get some rose, oh, excuse me, wow, I belched, what the heck. Get some rosemary and thyme, very earthy things,
Mhm.
and mix them up, smash them together, and while doing that, just think and imagine money falling from the sky into your pocket, and saying some words of conviction, and maybe burning them or whatever, releasing that energy. So
Mhm.
something like that.
Yeah. And always use your intuition on which herbs you feel connects with that.
Okay. And that's the big thing, intuition.
Yes.
Yeah, trust that inner voice.
Yeah. Always. Because it will never lie.
Okay, and what about protection? Something to protect themselves or clear out energy.
So with protection, just imagine a white light around you, and you say anything that is evil cannot cross this white light of protection.
Okay, and finally, what advice can you offer for people who are dealing with like waking up some type of psychic phenomenon and they're feeling things much like you did when you were 5 or hearing things and they just don't know what to do exactly? What advice can you give to them?
Don't freak out.
Easier said than done.
I know it's hard, but just don't freak out because it's if it's something that's not nice, that's what they're going to feed off of. um, just pay attention to what you're picking up.
Okay, I think that will do it. Melissa, thank you so much for coming on and yapping with us. Appreciate it. And
Thank you for having me on.
if someone wanted to reach out or check out your content, where can they go?
My channel, Melissa the Witch. I have Instagram. It's Melissa underscore the underscore witch. And yeah.
All right, and those links will be in the description below. Melissa, thank you again. Really appreciate it. And as always, thank you guys for listening and tuning in. And remember, there are things that go bump in the night. Go ahead and tell them hi. Bye, everybody.